Good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1317th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni, and of course that would be me. Good evening, traders. This video, the 1317th installment of these nightly educational videos, is geared to teach you the art of technical analysis, and it's good for trading on May 4th, Monday, 2015. As we know, futures trading has gotten well past the realm of possibly could be. Let me start this over for you. We know these days that trading futures is so dangerous that I don't need to give out disclaimers anymore. I just need to tell you, if you do this, you're a nut because you're going to lose your money. That's how crazy it's been lately. These moves have been all over the place, and no one seems to know what to do with them. But I can tell you this, the street is out there in droves calling for the downside, and I am here to keep you level-minded, to tell you forget about what these lunatics think they're calling. We know how to read charts here at the OMNI Trading Academy. That's what we teach you, and the charts tell us that we are not going for a crash. Now, I told you this all last week, and that by Thursday, Friday, we'd start heading higher, and we had a nice up day. But Europe wasn't in. Europe's got a lot of doomers and gloomers. They weren't around Friday for May Day, and the U.S. markets went straight up. Will they come in tonight and sell it down and give us a chance to get long? That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see where it goes. So we're buying dips in NASDAQ, emini, S&P, possibly Russell. Depends on what sets up. Right now, NASDAQ and Russell, they absolutely augur for higher prices, if you ask me, looking at those charts. Yes, for day trading, markets move around. Longer term trading, NASDAQ, Russell, ES, they look pretty good here. That NASDAQ looks fantastic. I'm going to show you some charts. What else we're going to see in this video this evening is gold is still under the head and shoulders spell. And the head and shoulders for gold has been quite the spell. It's like a witch has casted a spell upon this market. And it has been coming down with every advance. It gets hammered even further. I have been trying to keep you on the short side of gold since 1680. Here we are now in the 1100s, and my Omni tells me we're going lower again. So even though we have these small up moves on the way down, gold is going to go down overall. The head and shoulders tells us that, and I will show you some charts to prove it out. Traders, if you like the analysis in these videos, couple of things you can do. Subscribe to my YouTube videos. Come on, subscribers, come on down. Jump in. Don't be afraid, because when you subscribe to the YouTube videos, when I put these nightly videos out, you will get an email telling you exactly when it's out, so you can watch the video before the markets start trading actively in the mornings. Another thing you can do simply is come on down to livewithoscar.com. Join a free membership at my site. Join me in my live trading chat room where I'm on microphone and camera, and I am there to help teach you as much as I can how to get through these rough and tumble markets. And traders, this is my 34th year I'm going into. There's a lot I can teach you. Come on down to livewithoscar.com. All right, we are going to look at some charts now. If you like the way I present these charts to you and you'd like to learn how to do this analysis for yourselves, once again, if you come to livewithoscar.com, I've got something cooking. I've got an Omni Camp. It's a 4-day trading session. I will train you how to be traders, how to use the Omni to tell you where the market should go next. I will train you in the art of the Omni, Oscar's Market Navigational Indicator. If you come on down to Vegas and sit with me for a 4-day seminar, and it's planned for June 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now, I will tell you this. I only have one open seat. We're basically sold out. I've been holding off on one seat because I'm looking for a novice. I want a novice. I want somebody who knows nothing about the markets. Nothing. Wipe it out. I want someone who can barely pull up a chart and barely put an indicator over it. And if you can do that, I want you. Because from what I have noticed, the novices that don't have too much on their plate are very, very easy to teach this game to, and they stay disciplined with the analysis. Some traders that are pre-jaded by this craziness they might have been chasing for the last 10 years tend to have a difficult time changing their style. These new traders, when they come through OmniCamp, they leave like hot shots, and I'm impressed. So, listen, we are looking for a novice to come join us at OmniCamp. I've got one seat. I am holding it out until I get a novice to call me, and I will teach you the Omni, and I have a feeling, based upon what I've seen with other novices that have come through Omni Camp, you will be fixed as opposed to people who have a bad golf swing, and no matter how many times they go to a pro, they can't change it. If you don't start off with a bad golf swing and you learn from an instructor right off the bat, well, you start off with a good golf swing. If you want to learn how to get this right before you get caught up in someone else's nonsense, come to livewithoscar.com, fill out your OmniCamp application, and I will qualify you for that one open seat. Traders, with no further ado, let's go look at some charts.
My name is Daniel. I'm from Portugal. I flew more than 15 hours to come to OmniCamp, and it was the right decision. When I first thought to come to OmniCamp, I called Oscar, and he only made me one promise, that it was to shave 20 years from my curving line, and he was lying. He shaved all my life.
OmniCamp literally is the place where I hold back on nothing. I teach you the techniques I've ever learned. I teach you all the great tips and tricks the floor traders taught me in my 32 years coming up.
Throughout this OmniCamp, being as long as it is, I was expecting it's going to be a mountain of information. I got to tell you guys, it's some amazing techniques he teaches you, and some simple techniques actually.
OmniCamp is your chance to come to Las Vegas and study with me, Oscar Carboni, for 4 straight days, and I want to make sure you leave with the knowledge and confidence that you can carry out these techniques yourself.
In the end of OmniCamp, not in the end, in the third day of the OmniCamp, all of us were doing the same exactly calls that the Omni, the same exactly calls. So it's amazing the things. Oscar is a wonderful teacher, a wonderful teacher.
If you feel ready, if you feel like you can come on down to Vegas and study with me for 4 days, come on down to livewithoscar.com and simply click the OmniCamp banner and fill out the application.
Traders, the first chart I'm going to show you this evening is the NASDAQ. It is the daily bar chart of the NASDAQ, and I've been showing you this wonderful bull flag for quite some time. Well, we've gotten above the bull flag in a breakout fashion, came back, tested it, got back above it Friday, and settled above the flag. And I say bravo for that performance. That was great. Now, if we could stay above that line and continue up, that would be fantastic. That's what we expect to happen, and here's why. Exact same chart now. I'm going to blow it up for you a little bit and show you what else is happening here. It's not just a bull flag. Watch this. It's a bull flag, the same one that you've seen, but I've kind of lightened those lines and darkened in something else. Look at the channel you've been in inside of the bull flag. This channel, if you follow, it simply goes from the bottom to the top, races back to the bottom, hits the top, races back to the bottom. Guess where we were on Thursday? Anybody want to guess? At the bottom?
Bottom.
Yeah, we were at the bottom on Thursday, and we had a nice fat day on Friday, and that tells me we're going right back to the top. Reason number 2 to think that you can buy dips in the NASDAQ, and that's what we're looking to do. Then, there's another chart, the weekly NASDAQ chart. Bull flag breaks out, bull flag breaks out. What comes next? It builds another bull flag. You got to finish the breakout, maybe go a little higher, sideways consolidation into a bull flag, maybe it'll end up touching this again and then taking off. It seems to be the pattern in the NASDAQ, but that's not bearish, traders. Listen, when those lunatics come out on TV, that maniac from Singapore, when they come out on television with these crazy top-calling notions, that's what they are. They're notions. They're thinking this in the top of their heads, and they're telling you that's what's going to happen next. Someone like me looks at a chart, looks at the past history, and recognizes that a chart is merely a visual look at all of the fundamental news and traders' reaction to such. It's all right here. I don't see a reason to call the top here. I don't see a bearish market. I don't know what these lunatics are looking at. If you're looking at the same picture I'm looking at, unless we did a nosedive and ended up down here somewhere, you can't call this bearish. You know what? You couldn't call it bearish unless you took out that low, and that wouldn't even be enough. You'd have to take out this low. This is not bearish. I don't get it, guys. I wouldn't listen to those lunatics who get on TV all the time and just belt stuff out. Do analysis. Come to livewithoscar.com. I'll teach you how to do this correctly. Then there's this, the Russell. Traders, this is my OTAPMA, the OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, right? That's my OTAPMA. This is the Russell 2000 daily bar. When we get to OTAPMA, it runs up. Then we get back to OTAPMA and it runs up. And then we get back to OTAPMA and what does it do?
Runs up.
We hit OTAPMA and it does what?
Runs up.
We go back down and it does what?
Runs up.
We just hit OTAPMA. What do you think it should happen next?
Runs up.
That makes sense to me, guys. I don't know. Thank you very much for chiming in with me there. Much appreciated. But when I use my set of eyes, guys, this is what I see. I don't see the end of the world coming. I see that. Let's see what happens. Now, with my same set of eyes, if we get past OTAPMA and hang out here a few days, you will see me be very quick to start selling. But until this repetitive pattern stops working, why should you think it's just going to fail? We bounce off of it each time until we stop bouncing. We will claim it's going to bounce again. Then there's gold. Traders, look at the size of this head and shoulders. I already have the projection here. I'm not even going to show it to you. I've been fighting off you bulls that have been in gold for the longest time. We call them gold bugs. Every time the gold starts to go up even a little, they call for one thing: the end of the economic planet, the way we know it in gold, to move to $3,000. They're out of their minds. A head and shoulders is a formation that generally sends you lower, not higher. We have been working this head and shoulders for months and months on end. What have you noticed if you've been following the gold closely? What do you notice happens whenever it gets towards the top of the shoulder? It has a very fast downward move every time. This is the top of the shoulder for now. If you can't get above that, there is no way you could be calling the upside in gold. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own analysis, and never accept anyone's technical opinion without doing your own homework first. So, traders, you've seen the charts and you've seen the OmniCamp commercial, right? If you are looking to get better at this game, better at reading charts, which basically is better at reading all of the fundamentals and the technicals when you can read a chart, come to livewithoscar.com, fill out your OmniCamp application, and I will qualify you for that one open seat that still exists. Traders, that's about it. I want to get out of here and get back into these markets. I'll see everyone at livewithoscar.com. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that